What's up, Comic Book Nation? BD here. San Diego Comic-Con coverage continues. This is the interview I'm most excited about all weekend. The cast of Fear the Walking Dead is here. The show has been tremendous in season 4. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Great. And the trailer just dropped for the second half. Looks awesome.
So exciting.
I do want to start with a question. Maybe this is a bit of a downer, so let me get it out of the way. It's life after Madison. You know, everyone's really upset to lose Kim Dickens. So maybe, Alicia, what is this going to be like? Because I feel like you might be affected the most here.
Yeah. It was hard. I mean, it's hard from like personal standpoint, but also definitely as a character. We'd known about it for a long time, but it didn't matter. Like months on, when it was finally happening, it still was just like raw and hard. And I mean, it was heartbreaking. We love her, and she was such a fearless leader for our show, and she's such an incredible actor and woman. But what is exciting about it is that it does expand the narrative possibilities for Alicia. But yeah, I mean, now she's the only one of the Clarks left. She's the only person from the pilot left, which is kind of funny too. And she's now forced to just be her. It's just Alicia Clark, that's it. And we get to see if that means she'll be able to rise out of that depression and that awful place she's in, and if she's going to be like her mother, if she's going to be worse, if she can try and even like wants to compare herself in that way. I mean, there's so many different narrative journeys this can take, and it's really exciting to be able to really delve into that for the first time.
I'm excited to see the evolution. You've become a badass. It's really cool. But one void I feel like you're already filling in that trailer is the drinking buddy for
I know.
Strand.
That was such a great shot, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I was like, oh yeah.
I love that one.
So
beautiful.
what's the relationship like? Are you kind of taking her under your wing a little bit? Do you feel a responsibility maybe?
I think so. I think that there's been such a great journey between Strand and Alicia. Even from like, remember I used to like, like, hey, don't run on my boat and things like that. Suddenly,
And I'd give like a surly look, like
exactly. And suddenly we're really we're now comrades, because also he's been a part of her family now. He's been it has become a blended family, and it's extending itself into a much larger blended family. And I think the Strand is always I said this before. Strand is very much a feminist, which is why he rolls with really strong women. You know what I mean? Look at these beautiful, strong women. So I think that the idea that they have become comrades makes a whole lot of sense, especially to come together to do the thing that has elevated, lifted both of them, and that was Madison Clark, played by the phenomenal Kim Dickens. And I think that her effect will be long lasting on all of our characters. And so it's not lost. It's now a new beginning in many ways, and it's still, we're all trying to really still wrangle and wrestle with all the things that Kim Dickens' portrayal and of her character has left behind.
Cool, man. Lenny, do you think maybe you see a little bit of Rick in Alicia? I mean, two people who have lost everything and they want to be leaders. What is that going to be like? Do you maybe have some memories there?
I think it's kind of. I think one of the brilliant things that the writers did in the way that they've told the story is, somebody said it yesterday, that all of us, we're all orphans of the apocalypse, and we've all got, and if not equivalent, we have our own stories of how we became orphaned, and we've seen it play out for Alicia, but we have echoes of it, we have memories of it, and it affects all of us because we've been there. And the brilliant thing that the writers have done is shown us one of those orphans being created. And in this story that kind of starts bringing us together, and there's no point in doing that unless it propels our story forward and has an effect on what happens to us in the future. And I think that obviously I can't tell you what's going to happen, because otherwise it wouldn't be this universe, but it does have an effect. And not even knowing Madison or not knowing Madison, her legacy will affect us all in the future.
Yeah, and I do have to ask, just talking about Rick, Andrew Lincoln just now in Hall H said that this is his last season with Walking Dead. You guys were in the pilot there together. Yeah. What is that like for you? You're kind of, I don't know what happens to him, but maybe outliving him. Did you ever think that was a possibility with the show like this?
No, of course not. My character's dead in the comic books, dude. I mean,
that's how good Lenny is.
I'm just, I've outlived Rick, 100%. And I've outlived myself. So it's a surreal one, but I have some notion of what happens and how it happens, and it's going to be an exciting thing for for people to follow and see. But you know, he made the choice that he had to make for the right reasons. And like we were just saying, he looks so
fantastic.
well. He looks so well.
Well rested. In the middle of the summer, well rested.
You know,
you don't see that.
This zombie stuff takes it out of you. But he's looking
It makes me
well,
wonder
so
how do we
I'm not
really
worried
look
about
like?
Andy.
He looks younger.
He does. Yeah.
We're really
He's
looking exhausted.
Yeah.
He's making life after the apocalypse.
Yeah,
He's
like-
good.
He's not doing our hours, so I don't feel sorry for him.
I feel like at this point, every one of your characters has really suffered such tremendous loss, and now you found each other. And there's no relationship that people are loving more than Garrett and Jenna as John and June. What can you tell us about that going forward? Maybe a little bit. Can we get something optimistic here?
John, June, Laura.
I think optimistic's the nature of that beast.
Yeah.
Can I call it a beast?
I feel like it's the nature
That
of the
piece of
second
cake.
half in a way. That there's, you know, seeds, like new little green sprouts of hope. And, you know, we've all obviously been through so much, these characters, and moving forward, that hurricane storm, you know, is sort of symbolic of like sweeping us all into these intense, isolated experiences where we then have a new experience that then kind of helps us start to redefine who we are moving forward. And with all the, you know, intense emotions, there's also this essence of hope that I'm really excited about, actually.
That's good. We could use a little bit of that.
Yeah,
We could use a
I
little
think
bit.
it's really cool.
And you'll get a little bit of it.
I like it.
Yeah.
Just a little.
Just a tiny bit.
I mean, this is the zombie
Don't get
apocalypse.
greedy.
I don't want to get carried away.
Don't get carried away.
Department wanting all this hope.
Get a little and you'll like it.
Lucy might be the biggest loner of the bunch, I guess, because who do you kind of cling to in the second half?
Well, it's interesting. I'm in a different country. I came to Texas joining Nick and the Clarks because obviously, you know, when Madison is, this is not in the show, but I kind of understood her. Like we related in a way that she finished season 3 the same way Luciana's finished season 2, losing everybody. I lost my entire colonia, and in season 3, you know, she thought she was by the dam. Like she thought I lost everyone. So somehow I followed them, you know, with Nick, and then losing Nick was like a huge, because it's like he was my connection to them. And then obviously when we discovered that we also lost Madison, it's like she's like, what am I doing here? And you know, we start this half season with us drinking, and you know, we're like in the middle of our own storm is going through, like it right inside. Each one of us is going through it, and it's not pretty. Actually, the tagline says that there's no calm after the storm, so it's not gonna get any better.
Oh, we were just talking about hope.
Well, you know, there's hope because we're still alive. We're
Yeah.
here, but you know, it's a journey that is. We confront a lot of obstacles.
I was just going to say there are a lot of interesting pairings though. That is something, because it is like everyone sort of is a loner, like maybe yes, the biggest, but there's this, they start to have really interesting pairings of people that you wouldn't expect. And I think it goes back to the fact that we're all orphans of the apocalypse now. So everyone is really in that same place.
Yes.
Yeah.
Each one of us is going through a storm inside.
And everyone is really, there's a great question with everyone, and everyone's experiencing it, whether in the first half or the second half, which is, what am I living for? Because we were attached to living for someone, you know, and now that person's gone. Now it's like, then what do you live for? Do you live for humanity, to help others? So I think it's that great quest that we're all searching for.
We're searching
and then
for
we
that.
start to find it together, it seems, you know?
Speaking of bringing everything together, I can't not ask a question to Maggie. Big Lost fan. I think everybody in my crew here knows I was going to bring that up. But no similarities between Shannon and Al.
No,
really.
not too many.
But there's
Oh
such
my God, like polar
a
opposites.
mystery with your character. I want to know about these tapes.
That would
What,
kill
you
her.
know, the objective here.
Yeah.
Are we going to pull the curtain back on like what her goal is? Because I mean, there's like no movie theaters left. She's not going to show these tapes.
I
to the-
know. Well, yeah, it's a conversation I've had with the showrunners a lot, and I'm really excited for that to blossom more and to dig in there. I mean, there's a couple of levels to it. I think it's much bigger than just. I think so far we've seen on an emotional level, her sort of mission to find the truth and to record what's happening has helped in terms of what we saw in the finale, and
Definitely
bringing
see that
back
moving
Madison
forward,
to
how that
to her daughter.
There's relevance.
Yeah, but
Awesome.
my hope is that that we really dig into that. I think there's some really, really interesting discoveries we begin to make in the second half that going forward make her mission much wider.
Cool.
Is that big enough?
I like how you choose the words. Like, oh, they're not going to fire me for this.
I also think kind of going back.
He keeps changing shirts. I'm sorry, I just got distracted.
Sorry, Garrett's been in the three shirts today.
Every time I sit next to him today, he's got
No,
a
it's the
different
same
shirt.
one. I wore
That's Don
before.
Quixote.
I was only
No,
my
you were wearing a
shirts.
camel
You guys
shirt just
wear like
5 minutes
5
ago.
outfits a day.
I will
we
say
don't.
about
It was because it
you
was
talking
hot.
about
I figured out
hope.
it's really hot.
I think Al symbolizes hope. Al taking people's testimony, Al recording history is an act of hope. It is saying that we do have a future. It's her banking
comes
on
after us.
the future and putting something down that says at some point someone's going to watch that, and that is
What
the
about
definition
Judith?
of hope.
What
That's a
about
lot. That's a
Judith?
lot to carry. Good luck in this world, man. Well, thank you guys so much for coming by, and thank you everybody for watching. For more, go to comicbook.com/The Walking Dead for all the Fear the Walking Dead. Second half of season 4 coming on August 12th, guys.
August 12th.